Hi guys, long time no see, at least not in front of the camera. Lately I've been focusing on doing my video game playthrough in Shadow of Mordor. If you haven't seen that, you should check that out, but that's not what I'm talking about today. It's been a while since I've done any sort of movie news. That was sort of the main theme of my channel last year, because it was frankly the easiest thing to do for me, and it was the thing I was most interested in. And I sort of have put that aside for my video gaming, but I really do enjoy talking about movies, and I want to get back to that now that I've sort of gotten my setup figured out a little bit better. Hence the change in from sitting to standing, but that's just one of the things. So, today I wanted to talk a little bit about movie trailers. I just watched 2 trailers for animated films, and that would be Ice Age, the new Ice Age film, Collision Course, and then the second Angry Birds trailer, or at least its title is the second. I actually think it's the third. So before we talk about this, go ahead, and I've got links in the description to both videos. You can go watch them, see what you think, and then come back and listen to my thoughts on them. Okay, so I'm a really big animation fan. I love cartoons, and especially animated films. I guess I just never outgrew them, and especially with films like Inside Out and How to Train Your Dragon 2, I realized that, you know, you can enjoy animated films in your adulthood. So I've been keeping my eye out for new animated films on the horizon. And just so happens a couple of trailers dropped recently, one for Ice Age and one for Angry Birds. So I just saw them, and it really highlights how huge the gap can be, just like in any other form of filmmaking or TV, between a really good product and a really bad product. And I'm not necessarily talking about the movies, because of course I haven't seen the movies, so I don't know really which one is going to be better and which one is going to be worse, but I can tell you which trailer is better and which trailer is worse. So let's start with Ice Age. It's just a sloppy, all over the place sort of mess, because this is, I think, the 5th film in the Ice Age franchise. And it doesn't really give you a good idea of what's going on in the story at all. There's a meteor headed towards Earth, and it's been caused by this little sort of Ice Age squirrel creature named Scrat. And the way he does it is completely over the top and absolutely ridiculous, even much more than the previous films, where his antics were ridiculous but toned down more than this. But the problem with the trailer is that its jokes are almost completely juvenile. There's at least like 3 butt jokes or fart jokes, and or just like physical slapstick humor, which is fine, but you need some other more highbrow humor sort of mixed in if you don't want to have the film be just for little kids, and it looks like that's what this film is going for. Another problem is that it doesn't really focus on characters at all. It introduces one new character, the llama guy you saw, which he doesn't really look that interesting, and it shows that all of the characters, even ones that they purposefully left behind for story reasons, are coming back for this one, which just makes no sense to me. It's just having them in the movie for the sake of having them in the movie, or at least that's what it seems like. And the only character that they really focus on is Sid. And Sid is fine, but he's just one piece of this ensemble. Of the main 3 characters, Diego the tiger, Manny the mammoth, and then Sid was just one character of this trio. And he gets way too much time in this trailer, and he's honestly probably my least favorite of any of the characters. But the people who made the trailer obviously think he's the funniest, so they put him in the most. So you've got a very distinct lack of character and a very high amount of juvenile, silly, stupid jokes that really don't make me excited for this film at all. It doesn't look like it's evolving in any way. It looks like it's just like horror films where they pump out a sequel just because they know they've got the brand recognition. And that's really disappointing me. I'm sad to say that I haven't been excited for an Ice Age movie since maybe the 3rd one. Okay, but in sharp contrast to that, there's the Angry Birds trailer, which was a complete surprise for me. Not this trailer in particular, because this is the 3rd trailer I've seen, but just Angry Birds in general. I used to play Angry Birds in high school. I'd done a lot of theater, and it's a good way to kill time backstage while you're waiting to go on. You know, a fun little game to play on your phone. And I know they've gotten really big in recent years with Angry Birds Star Wars, and Angry Birds 2 and Seasons, and then there's the Bad Piggy spin-off game. There's like a million Angry Birds games. So when I heard they were doing a movie, the only real inkling of hope I had for it was the fact that the Lego movie turned out to be so good, and that sounded completely ridiculous. So I decided to wait and see, but I didn't really have any hope. But the first trailer was actually surprisingly good. I thought it had a substantial amount of character and some funny humor. This trailer, though, blew me away. I think this trailer showed what Angry Birds can bring that other animated films might not be able to bring. Because first of all, you have some funny characters, particularly Red, who's just great as an underdog. He's got anger issues and he likes to beat things up, and that makes him an outcast. But now that we've got the real crisis of the plot, the fact that the pigs are stealing the eggs, and he's the one who has to lead them in like a battle against them, we see that this movie could actually be like Kung Fu Panda or How to Train Your Dragon a little bit, in that we can have some nice action too. I mean, I remember my favorite part of the game was seeing the castle of the pigs just crash and destroy. And it was fine 2D, but now we get to see it in a real 3D film cinematic version. So it might be like a cuter version of Helm's Deep or whatever. And that makes me really want to see it. I'm very excited for the Angry Birds movie, which I love that we live in a world where I can say that and legitimately mean it and not sound crazy. At least, it doesn't sound crazy on this side of the camera. Okay guys, well that's what I think of these two trailers. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you next time, hopefully very soon. Bye.